Welcome back, NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode of Music with Nick. Today, we got a new marathon by Michael C, because we got so many Michaels, and you know, sometimes I don't know if I should say the last name, but I'm just gonna keep it with Michael. I've always said Michael in your marathons, Michael, so I'll keep it that way. So there's a little bit of information here for me that I'm going to read. It says, how is it going? Hope you and Alexia are enjoying your summer. We are. It is very hot though. And it's actually so hot that there was a fire, not near us, but pretty close to our good friends. And they have to be evacuated. So that's kind of crazy here in, in the Denver area. So it's getting like yesterday, I think we were in the car and it was over 100 degrees. So it's nice. Alexa's actually right now enjoying herself at the pool, getting it, and she gets like this amazing tan. I just look like a shrimp, so I don't even bother with the sun. I used to get a nice tan when I was surfing in my surfing days, but I have to go every day, every day, and then I get a tan. If I just go one day, it's a nightmare. So yeah, but at least Alexa's enjoying herself at the pool, getting a tan. But yeah, you have to be dangerous. Drink a lot of water, stay in the shade, and then if you're gonna like tan or something, just small amounts, be careful. All right, so it says here, I'm calling this marathon Don't Be So Angry. I like that. That is a good message for lots of people, especially right now with everything that's going on in the world. There's a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, a lot of frustration. I get it. All these songs have some form of anger in the title, or angry songs. Not all are angry, but they all deal with anger in one way or another. And yes, there's an interesting thing going on with the first and last songs, but it's very special. I don't think you've heard the song before based on searching on your YouTube page. No, and I love that you did figure out how to like look up the songs within the channel. There's like a search bar and you can look up what we've done so far. So first song is by this amazing band. We just saw them live with Foreigner, Fooling Yourself, The Angry Young Man by Styx, from the album Grand Illusion 1997, a classic from the Styx that Tommy Shaw wrote and sang about his fellow band member Dennis DeYoung, who was apparently a pretty angry man, but he played a mean keyboard. All right, cool. No, we saw Styx and there was still, I think, 2 or 3 original members in the band. They were amazing live, and also the other band was just phenomenal. I mean, Foreigner was just holy moly. Like that guy, the singer, he was just like, he took over the arena, So so Styx, I can't wait for that. So, and then we're gonna play some Heart. This song is called Rage, from the album Desire Walk On 1993. This is a later career Heart with an album that wasn't all that well received, but I really like it. Anne's vocals are fine from here, no surprise, and it's a nice rocker. All right, I love Heart. I mean, I've heard some really good songs by Heart, and I only knew one, which is Barracuda, because of Rock Band or something. It's a video game. And then Love and Anger by Kate Bush, and I just did some Tori Amos today, and I obviously mentioned her. So this is Love and Anger, Kate Bush, from the album Sensual World 1989. This is a cool upbeat song from Kate, and I included it because it features Mr. David Gilmour. All right, he's my man, on guitar. I think David Gilmour, a lot of people say he's overrated. It might be, but I don't think he thinks he's overrated. I think he's just the way he is. He's very simple. He's very down to earth, and he's very like funny, in his interviews. He's always laughing. He's always smiling. He's a happy guy. And yes, but they put him on this pedestal as like, oh, One Note by David Gilmour. It's like, is more worth than 1,000 notes by I don't know who, you know. That's like, you know what, just keep it down, you know. We know you like Pink Floyd, you know, but even David Gilmour would laugh at a comment like this. And I, you know, when I play solos, you can always hear a little bit of David Gilmour in there because his feel and then the way he bends the notes, he double and triple bends, and that's very hard to do. You know, you have to have just a lot of sensibilities in your fingers not to, you know, break the strings and not to hurt yourself as well. So David Gilmour is in my top, I would say in my top 10 of all time, but I don't put him on this pedestal as like, oh my god, he's the greatest ever, because not even himself, you know, thinks that he's perfect at what he does, and that's you know, that's all what matters. Then number 4, Head Like a Hole by 9 Inch Nails. 9 Inch Nails, I've always been interested to get into 9 Inch Nails. From album Pretty Hate Machine, 1989. Same year as Kate's Love and Anger, and it doesn't have anger in the title, but it's a pretty angry song, okay? 9 Inch Nails' debut album was filled with rage, and this one blends industrial music and rock and roll pretty strongly. And then we're gonna do Fooling Yourself, but we're gonna do it with a I think a little orchestra. It says The Angry Young Man by Tommy Shaw and the Contemporary Youth Orchestra, 2018. Tommy did a whole concert of 6 songs with the Cleveland-based Contemporary Youth Orchestra, and if this version of Fooling Yourself doesn't bring a tear to your eye, I don't know what will. You know what? That's the thing. When you tell me about that, I focus too much and it never happens. I just cried yesterday in a Supertramp marathon and I did not have it planned. But when you tell me like, you're going to cry in this one, it doesn't happen. But hey, let's see if there's some really high vocals in there, some falsettos, you know, that always gets me, but I don't know. Pretty remarkable to think that this was just over 40 years after the album was released. That's when they recorded it. That's amazing. It says here, all these are on Spotify. Please watch the video for the last song, of course. All right, that's it. We can close the email. Thank you so much, Mike. And let's go. Yeah, let's go. Almost 8 minutes of guitar. Oh my god, Marley's little, like, it's like, I don't know, it's just the skin. The skin is left. But yeah, let's get into it here. Heart and I'm sorry, Styx, Fooling Yourself. Enjoy. A very happy tune to be called The Angry Young Man.
Sweat
So I have some trivia. All right. So I just looked at the set list on, we went to see Styx and Foreigner, and it's so cool. It says here set list history. After 34 years, Styx brings back Mr. Roboto, and for some reason I'd heard that before, and I was just blown away. I didn't know it was Styx that played that. But yeah, the Styx and Foreigner tour. This was on June 25th, and they played "Fooling Yourself," but this was already like at the end. I was a little tired because this was a 3.5-hour concert, so the first act was pretty lengthy, and then they played the 10th song, so my attention span was already a little bit faded at this time. So they played The Grand Illusion, Too Much Time on My Heart, Lady, Lorelei, Crash of the Crown, Miss America, Rocking the Paradise, Blue Collar Man, The Best of Times, Fooling Yourself, Come Sail Away, then Mr. Roboto, and then Renegade. But if you ask me right now if I remember any of these songs, I would just say I remember Mr. Roboto because, and even Lee told me that's their worst song. I was like, oh God, that's the only one that I know. And we've done some reactions to this, but hey, honestly, it's just too much. It's too, I wouldn't really recall even what I heard of Foreigner. And I think all these songs I loved, and all the songs that a Foreigner play I loved, but I can't, if I would hear them, I might be like, yeah, I've heard this before, but I don't remember everything. And in an arena full of thousands of people, it's just, it's not like a reaction. You can't take all that stuff in. So even though I heard it right now, this was what I consider my first real, like, paying attention to everything, because you're looking at the stage and there's people behind you like coughing, and somebody has their phone in your face. At a concert, it is an experience, but you can't really focus on something especially when it's new. You can't capture that. You can't just say, oh, now I know the song. I know exactly what comes here and here and here, and the solo. This reminded me a lot, again, I always say this, the vocalist has the same pitch as the vocalist from Kansas, but the keyboard work here was wonderful. Reminded me, of course, a little bit of Dream Theater. I'm sure that Styx influenced Jordan Rudess in any way or form at somewhere in his life, just you can hear it, so great track. So now let's move over to a little bit over newer. I say newer. 1993 is 30 years ago pretty much, but a newer Heart. This is called Rage. So here we go.
Hands on the wheel, grill I can steal. Dogs are barking out in the street. It's a neighborhood war, but I lock that door. Flesh and blood and cold concrete. Baby can make it. Baby can make it. Standing in line at the tabloid shop.
I'm loving it.
Lost inside a technical
What a great track. I'm looking up albums released in 1993. If I was a fan of Heart and they would come up with something like this, I would be totally happy, because I mean, some other bands were not doing, I mean, so well. I'm talking about 70s band. Oh my god, there's some releases in 1993. Jesus. I mean, I don't know everything, but for example, In Utero by Nirvana, I don't really like that too much, but I know it's a good. Bjork released her first album, Siamese Dream, was amazing album by Smashing Pumpkins. Zorupa, that's the only album I ever owned by U2, so that I like. Snoop Doggy Dogg, first album is an amazing album. Versus by Pearl Jam, I know a couple. Pablo Honey by Radiohead, I know that has Creep on there. Counting Crows, wow. Undertow, Tool, whoa. There's not a lot of bands that I know on here. But well, you know, Heart. We have this was an amazing track. I mean, her vocal range, and that's like already what 15 years into their career. That was awesome. The solos, the aggressiveness, and at the height of grunge. Literally. I mean, look at these albums: Nirvana, Smashing Pumpkins, Pearl Jam. Dominating, the scene, and then Heart still comes out with this. You gotta respect that, all right, so now let's continue with the amazing, the unique, the wonderful, and beautiful Kate Bush. Here we go. No, okay, I have to reset the app. But so far, amazing marathon as always. You guys are always, you always rock. You always rock my socks off with your marathons. It's really rare for me to do a marathon and say, oh, well, this sucked. It doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. That still has to occur. I don't think it will ever, because you guys are too careful, and you obviously select all your favorite stuff, so I'm just like in love with all this music, so it's obviously very tailored, and you guys know me, people that watch these marathons. You're not gonna put a bad track on there. It's impossible. So I only listen the best of the best. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again with Kate Bush. this woman.
It could take me all my life, but it would only take a moment to tell you what I'm feeling. But I don't know if I'm ready yet. You come walking into this room like you're walking into my arms. And what would I do without you? Take away the love and the anger, and a little piece of hope holding us together. Looking for a moment that'll never happen. Living in the gap between past and future. Take away the stone and the timber, and a little piece of rope won't hold it together. If you come, tell your sister. If you can't, tell the priest. 'Cause it's so deep you don't think you can speak about it to anyone. And you tell it to your heart. Can you find it in your heart to let go of these feelings like a bell to a southerly wind? It could be like two strings beating, speaking in sympathy. What would we do without you? Two strings speaking sympathy. What would we do without you? Take away the love and the anger.
Her voice is
Hope holding us together. Looking for a moment that'll never happen. Living in the gap between past and future. Take away the stone and the timber, and a little piece of rope won't hold it together. We're building a house of the future together. What would we do
oh my lord, so good. And I was looking at pictures of her. Man, what a beauty of a woman, you know? And still, I mean, you know, she still looks amazing. I love that she hasn't done, you can see that she's just aged, you know, gracefully. No surgery. Those are my favorite, you know, artists who just like, they just age and that's it. You know, there's, you see that they haven't done anything and they still look like their former selves, you know. and she's still gorgeous. 1986. Look at these pictures. It's crazy. Even for a person that grew up, I guess, you know, who wasn't in her youth in the 70s and 80s, it must be crazy that she can just Google her name, you know, and look at all these pictures and all these memories. It must be bizarre. But yeah, all the hairstyles she has had, and just beautiful, beautiful woman. You know. She's a little bit older. She still looks great. All right. 9 Inch Nails. Now that's a band I've really never like listened to. Like, I don't know why. But here we are with Pretty Hate Machine. And so this is what Michael said. This is a lot of anger in this. So I don't know, maybe it's heavy metal. Although heavy metal is not angry music. Heavy metal is basically music that you listen to and then it relieves your anger, pretty much. Like when I was in high school and I would listen to, you know, Megadeth or Pantera or Metallica, I felt immediately better if I was going through something. It's just feel good music, honestly. You know, it's like literally like when you guys were upset and you listened to Black Sabbath, same effect. Black Sabbath was called hard rock, I guess, back in the day. Now they would call it heavy metal. You know, it's literally the same. So this is Head Like a Hole. Here we go. I like the drums.
You're
Okay. So I'm in shock because I by the way, this was very, very good, and it had like this almost Marilyn Manson, like, you know, like this, I don't know, like this industrial kind of like techno-y. This would, I wouldn't be surprised if this was in the Matrix. But so this guy, I'm looking up Trent Reznor, and he has done like so much stuff that I like. So he is he's the primary songwriter of industrial rock band, okay, Nine Inch Nails, but also he does all this other stuff like video games. He has contributed with post-industrial groups such as, oh my god, and then he composed music for David Fincher's The Social Network, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Gone Girl. These are all movies that I love. The Killer, I just watched that literally a week ago with Michael Fassbender. He composed the music for Dune. I love that game. Have you ever played Dune? Doom. So like this guy's all over the place. Very, very cool. I didn't know that he was the main songwriter for Nine Inch Nails, but doing all this too, you know. Check out his Wikipedia page. It's crazy. But I'm sure most of you guys already know all this. But David Lynch, Lost Highway, the soundtrack. I love that movie. I mean, who doesn't love David Lynch movies, right? So good. Okay, let me see if I can do this in one. No, I don't have the video loaded. So I'll have to stop for a second. Let me just load up the video and we'll continue. All right. This is my fourth attempt to recording this. I've been listening to the first 30 seconds and it just lags horribly. I don't know why. I've been going through this, you know, problem with this computer for a while now. Like, I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to try again. If it's laggy, I'll just go with it for now. I mean, I can see it on my screen perfectly, but it will record kind of choppy and I'll suddenly like, you know, let's see if it works. I've tried all kinds of stuff, but unfortunately it just doesn't work. And it's with some videos, it does. With some, it's very like, I don't know. I've really tried everything and I don't know. I'm sorry, you know. I'll try one time more, and if I'll just let it run, you know. I can't do anything. It's not the computer just doesn't work. And you guys know that I used to do picture in picture all the time and now it's not working, so I'm sorry about that. So here we go. With Fooling Yourself, this is the one with the young orchestra and by Styx, and this is a newer version, so I hope you enjoy, even though with the choppiness and everything, you know, kind of looking, but let's just enjoy for what it is. I can't get it. I've tried everything. I even tried with a different camera. It's just, it won't work. So I think it's just a program. Maybe we have to switch, you know, when we do these picture in picture. So I hope you still enjoy, and here we go. Still beautiful. What an intro.
Relax. Take it easy.
You see the world through your cynical life. You're a troubled young man, I can tell. You got it all in the palm of your hands. Your hands wet with sweat, and your head needs a rest. And you're fooling yourself if you don't believe it. You're kidding yourself if you don't believe it. Why must you be such an angry young man when your future looks quite bright to me? Now can there be such a sinister plan that could hide such a laugh, such a caring young man? You're fooling yourself if you don't believe it. You're killing yourself if you don't believe it. Come on. Get back on your feet. You're the one they can beat, and you know it. Yeah, come on. Let's see what you got. Just take your best shot and don't go away.
Awesome.
You're fooling yourself if you don't believe it. You're killing yourself if you don't believe it. Get back on your feet. You're the one they can beat, and you know it. Yeah, come on. Let's see what you got. Just take your best shot and don't go away. I see why your brothers and sisters.
Wow, that first violin, beautiful. All right, that was it. I'm sorry about that. I think it's, it's the frame rate of one video and the frame rate of this video, my camera versus, the cameras, I guess, that filmed the video. They're running at, I don't know how many frames per second, and then this is running at some resolution. Once I get that into check, I guess, you most of the time it works. I do apologize for that. And but really, like, I couldn't even pause the video. It went straight into like this awful commercial, which was at a different resolution. So it literally, like, I don't know. It's horrible. But I'll figure it out. You know, we'll figure it out, Alexia and I. Maybe we have to get we have to install different software when we do picture in picture. But I mean, it was wonderful. I could see it very clearly. There was a certain instances of like slowing down and then speeding up. And I think I saw myself a little bit frozen there on the screen, but overall, what a great interpretation. I'm sure all these kids are now Styx fans. I mean, what's not to love with, and then the first violin, beautiful. The one that was harmonizing with the first violin, everybody was engaged. The choruses were singing along the lyrics, and just amazing. I mean, these kids are so lucky to be able to play with these, you know, prog legends, and it's going to impact their lives, you know, forever. And I'm sure they're going to get into this kind of music and just benefit of, I mean, classical music is already up there, and the beauty of progressive rock is that they take a lot from these classical passages and classical, you know. So for these kids, it might be actually very easy to follow along. They're all reading, and they're all sight reading, and you know, it must be really cool to play with a rock band, you know, because they get to play all these classical pieces. But I'm sure to play with a rock band must be cool. This was a great marathon. Thank you again so much, Michael. I enjoyed it very, very much. Sorry about the hiccup here at the end, but you know, it is what it is. I tried it like 4 times and then it just gave up, you know. And I didn't want to watch the entire piece, you know, and then try and figure it out with something else. I just went for it, and that's what it came out with. But I was still very, very impressed. Thank you so much. Again, if you like what you saw in this video, please, you know, write some in the comment section to Mike. Of course, you know, if you give it a thank you or whatever, like a good job, good marathon, all that great stuff you guys do. But I wanted to say thank you again so much for the support, for sponsoring the video. I appreciate it. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.